Notion just dropped its new AI agent, and they're promising nothing short of a revolution, a teammate that actually does the heavy lifting for you. But here's the big question. Is it really the perfect collaborator we've been waiting for, or is it more like a brilliant but kind of clumsy intern? Let's dig in and find out.
And this is the promise that got everybody talking. I mean, look at that language. Notion isn't just selling another little AI feature. They are selling a true teammate, an agent that can supposedly handle these complex, multi-step projects. It's a super bold claim. So let's see what's really behind all the hype. All right, first up, let's unpack this vision Notion is selling us, the all-in-one AI teammate. It's this idea of creating one single smart place for pretty much all of your work. So at its core, the whole idea is about making you more efficient. Notion basically wants you to stop jumping between a million different apps and getting bogged down in tedious setups. The dream is you focus on the big picture, the strategy, and the AI agent handles all the boring, manual stuff that just eats up your day. On paper, that sounds amazing. And when you look at the list of what they claim it can do, it's genuinely impressive. We're not just talking about writing a paragraph. We're talking about building entire databases from scratch, updating content across your whole workspace at once, brainstorming ideas, and even searching through other apps you use every day, like your Slack or Google Drive. It's designed to be the central hub of your digital life. So that's the promise. That's the hype. But what does it actually look like when it's working? Let's walk through a perfect example to see what this agent can do when everything lines up just right. Okay, so picture this. You've got a page that's just a total mess of notes and to-do items, a classic brain dump. In a really cool demo from YouTuber Thomas Frank, he gives the AI agent just one really detailed prompt. And check this out. The agent reads the page, figures out what all the to-do items are, creates a brand new project page for them, and then, and this is the magic part, it turns every single one of those messy notes into a clean, structured task inside a database and automatically links them all back to the new project. And this is the dream, isn't it? One command and pure chaos becomes perfect order. A messy page of ideas transforms into a fully functional project manager. When it works like this, it feels less like a piece of software and more like an assistant who just gets you. So if it's that perfect, why isn't absolutely everyone using it for everything? Well, this is where the polished demo ends and the kind of messy reality of what real users are experiencing begins. The story gets a lot more complicated. So now it's time for a reality check. Let's take a look at what actual users are saying after they've spent some real time with this AI agent. And this is where things get pretty weird. If you look at places like Reddit, users are reporting this strange split personality. The agent can be amazing at really complex stuff, like updating hundreds of items at once or searching your entire workspace, but then it completely fails at tasks that seem ridiculously simple. People say it literally argues with them, deletes things by mistake, and in some wild cases causes total chaos, like just randomly cloning entire tables. You have to hear this story from one user. It is the perfect example. They had a super straightforward request, just number 47 tasks. First, the AI insisted it had already done it when it hadn't. Then it deleted the very property it was supposed to be editing. And when it finally did add the numbers, they were completely scrambled. You can just feel the frustration. It turned a 2-minute task into an absolute battle. Honestly, this comment from a Reddit user just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the paradox. The agent can do the work of 15 people, but then it turns around and makes mistakes a brand new intern wouldn't. It pulls off these incredible feats of automation 1 minute and then makes a completely baffling simple error the next. This is the whole conflict of the Notion agent right now. So why? Why is there such a massive gap between what's promised and what's delivered? Well, the answer is tangled up in the fundamental challenges of generative AI itself, which, by the way, also brings up some really important questions about our data and our privacy. To really get why this agent is so unpredictable, you kind of have to peek under the hood at how these things are even built. Every single one of these AI models, Notion's included, is trained on just unbelievable amounts of data. This whole process is what gives the AI all its power, but it's also the source of its biggest weaknesses. So, all that weird behavior we were just talking about, it's not just a Notion bug, it's an AI problem. It's vulnerable to all these universal risks. For example, that user who was arguing with the AI, that could actually be a form of prompt injection, where the user accidentally tricked it into ignoring its own rules. And when it deletes properties by mistake, that could be a sign that the model's just confused by its training data. These are deep, system-wide issues, and they're exactly why our AI intern acts so erratically. Okay, so we've got this incredible potential on one hand and some very real, very frustrating flaws on the other. This brings us to the ultimate question. Is the Notion AI agent actually worth using right now? Look, the verdict seems pretty clear. This is an incredibly powerful tool, but you absolutely have to supervise it. It's not a fire and forget teammate just yet. You have to treat it like that brilliant but unreliable intern. Give it tasks, let it do the heavy lifting, but you must always double-check its work. So how do you decide if it's right for you? It really just depends on what you need. You should go with Notion AI if what you want is a beautiful, user-friendly, all-in-one hub for your notes, your tasks, and now even your email and calendar. It's fantastic for that flexible, creative work. But if your work needs heavy-duty data management, like complex spreadsheets or really powerful automation, a tool like Coda might be a better fit, at least for now. And that kind of brings us to the final big thought here. These tools are learning from everything we do, and they're improving at a crazy pace. The flawed intern we're dealing with today could easily become the perfect teammate we're dreaming of tomorrow. So the real question isn't if they'll be ready for us, it's when will we be ready for them?